Good morning, people. I couldn't sleep. I slept for about 4 hours. Getting home from the hospital, I had to get this uh, beard off. Trying to get back to some kind of normalcy. Oh man, what a trip. So they sent me home, and I have all these machines to breathe. I had to bring two home. One is like travel canister, and the other one is one for the home. I have to, I don't know, just slowly. Sorry, it's hard to breathe. I have to slowly start to get back to moving around. Sorry. God, what an ordeal. This has been the craziest month or so of my life, dealing with all of this. And the GoFundMe thing has really kind of helped put a little bit of a band-aid on my situation, because I'm not going to be able to work for months. I have to almost learn how to breathe again. My lungs don't hold in the oxygen. Oh man, if you'd have told me 10 years ago I'd wind up like this, I'd have laughed at you. Healthiest person you know. Whatever. It's frustrating. It makes, there are times where you want to quit, and you just can't, because if you quit, you die. The day I went into the hospital, my oxygen saturation level was 75. That's dangerous. I was blue. So I'm pretty sure that this thing was trying to kill me, without a doubt. And the thing of it is, when I first got sick or whatever, I went to an emergency care, and they gave me prednisone and Z-Pak, and it worked in the short term, but once I was done with it, boy, did it come on like gangbusters after that. So I'm not sure that protocol was even correct, or I don't even know. I mean, it's just crazy. The one thing that I did realize is that even in the hospital, like when they're treating you and this, that, and the other, they are guessing as to what's going to make you feel better. Totally guessing. I did 3 rounds of plasma, 5 rounds of retroviral treatment, 6, 7, 8 rounds of zithromycin, all IV. They gave me ivermectin, which the jury's out on that, whether that's even like the good thing to use or not. It's a parasitic thing for horses. So they just keep throwing everything at you. They keep throwing it to you, and in hopes that I guess in hopes that it just saves your life. And in my case, pretty sure it did. But I developed viral pneumonia, so my lungs are just not in good shape yet. I don't know how long it'll take to get back, but I'm looking at months for sure. I'm pretty sure I know my body, and I know how I feel. You can't really do anything without this tube in my face. I have a portable one I can take with me, and they made sure to tell me that take that with you no matter what you do, because you don't even know if it might pop up on you again, like the breathing issue. Like I could be like feeling okay, and then I could be in the middle of a Target or Walmart or something, and boom. So they said make sure you have that oxygen tank with you. So everywhere I go now, I have to take this tank with me. It's humbling, to say the least. Having to ask for help is humbling. And, some people get kind of offended by it. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you're put in a situation where you're not even sure you're going to live, and that if you did live, there's a possibility, you could be on the street and this, that, and the other. These are all the things that kind of ran through my head, because now with this sickness, I have to worry about a much larger picture that I never really thought I'd even worry about in my life. So some people get offended that I even did a GoFundMe account, and I kind of understand, I do. But until you've walked a mile in one person's shoes, it's very difficult for you to start judging. I've been sick for over a month. There was a point where I sat here in this very spot, and I couldn't even raise my head. When you're that sick, to the brink of where you're going, just let me die, that kind of gives you a bit of a different outlook on what's important and what isn't. And this brings me back to the whole humanity thing. During this ordeal, I've seen it. I've seen the good of it and the bad of it. And I truly believe there can't be a bad of it. That we need to start figuring out how to help each other. Because I'll tell you right now, governments, things like that, entities, in the end, they're not trying to help you and me. They're doing politically correct what they have to do for their politics and the money that runs in their circles. We need to build our own circle of money and start figuring out a way to help each other and not worry about that entity on the outside, because that's what they are. The government is supposed to be for the people. Do you really believe that? I don't believe that at all. I think that the government's for the government and the people have to fend for themselves. Like right now, they say that you're not getting any kind of COVID help. I didn't get any. I called and I tried to get my unemployment, I'm in deathbed, and they're telling me I got to go look for 10 jobs before they'll give me $225 a week. That's insulting, especially for somebody who actually is in a bed in a hospital, not knowing whether they're going to come out of it. And all I get is, you gotta, your job thing is not full. Okay, well, how? And even if I got a job tomorrow, how can I go to work? So they turned the COVID button off. But I'm here to tell you that the COVID button is 10 times the size as it was. Like I said, sending the kids back to school, they're getting sick. People are getting this Delta variant and it's killing them. And that Delta, it doesn't segregate nothing. It does not pick you, or you. It picks all of you and tries to take you all out. The vaccine thing, get it, don't get it, good, bad, otherwise, this, that, and the other. The only 100% thing I know is that if I had the vaccine, I wouldn't be having these conversations. I still could have got sick, but it would have been to the point where I'm like, I thought I was going to die. Literally thought that I was going to die. And, I'll tell you right now, there's nothing that says that it couldn't happen to me anyway, because there are a lot of times where people think that they're good, and boom. This virus is a very intelligent, smart, sneaky virus, and it looks for a way to harm you at 100% capacity. Try not to get too emotional because it's harder to breathe, but this is just it for me. I've had this weird epiphany or a wake-up call, And I see that we have got to start caring about each other. Listen, let the powers to be the powers to be. We need to find a way to become our own financially independent arena of people, the actual people, not needing or wanting or having the government tell us how, when, and where, and what. What is truly freedom anymore? I think it's been blurred out of into obscurity. So I hope I don't sound crazy, but this is just me and some kind and a vision of that if we, and I mean the people, don't start caring more, giving more, wanting to care and share, we're going to be in some serious trouble. We cannot follow the government and all these entities into the dirt, because all they're doing is they're sword fighting. They're sword fighting, and we're caught in the middle. I don't care that if China don't like us or we don't like China, or listen, we gave the Afghanistan back to the terrorists. How many years were we going to stay there and do nothing? Basically just stand there and hope that didn't happen. That was going to happen, whether it was 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, it was going to go back to them. They're very resilient people. They just sit and wait. How it was done, I don't know if that's good or correct or bad or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't know. We don't know whether things went the way they should or they didn't, or who was responsible. All I know is we got to stop pointing fingers. I'm not pointing fingers at Trump. I'm not pointing fingers at Biden. I don't want to point fingers no more. I want to heal. And I think as a country, we need to heal and stop perpetuating racism and hate, finger pointing, blaming, shaming. What are we doing? What in the world are we doing? It's embarrassing that we can just readily just be mad at everything and not be grateful for anything. That being said, I am truly grateful for the help that I have been given, and that hopefully I'm not out of the woods yet, and I'm hoping that I'll still get a little help. And I'm not too proud to ask for it, because I'm a human being and I'm in trouble. I have given, and I have given without the want of return. It's called being human, and our humanity is at stake here, because all we want to do is just take. What's for me? It's for me. It's for me. It's for me. Come on, man. Let's get back to some we action. Let's get back to caring about what happens to this person or that person. Stop looking for the angles on how to get ahead of this and that and that and the other over someone else. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to say 98% of the people who are successful had to step on somebody to get there. At some point or another, the morality of that situation was either do it or don't, and you make a choice. I'm no saint. I made some bad decisions in my life. And if you believe in karma and this, that, and the other, maybe this is me paying for them. I don't know. I don't really care. All I care is that going forward, we can learn how to love each other and take care of each other, help each other, be concerned. Stop feeding into this big negative snowball of just anti-human action. So much negativity out there. So many people pointing fingers and blame and just mad at the littlest things. And we let it happen. It's our own fault. You're in control of what your emotions give you. It's time to take those emotions back, man. It's time to start giving a crap. Me, for one, I'm giving a crap. You know, again, I'll reiterate again. I sponsor a child in Africa that I've never even met. But she gets food and schooling and good clean water for like $100 every 3 months. And I'm laying there in that bed, and all I can think about is I need to make sure she gets that money when I don't have a pot to piss in, nor a window to throw it out of. Is that humanity? Am I crazy? Some people say, what's wrong with you? Take care of yourself first. Well, I was doing pretty good. Now, I'm not doing pretty good. But it doesn't mean I try to just let go or abandon a situation like that. Then you take the humanity out of your situation. It becomes all about you. What I'm trying to say is, it's not always all about you. You know, there's more to it than that. I get a sense of fulfillment helping this child. She writes me letters. I get, it's great, But it gives me a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And we should all have that. I think also, the COVID and all this, that, and the other, and us following the government and following the entities and following all this rhetoric has taken us down a hole where our accomplishment is gone. Like, that whole sense of moving forward and accomplishing and getting, it just kind of is disappearing. And people are stuck in the negative. And if we don't pull ourselves out, I don't even know what could happen here. All I can say is, I hope that at some point or another, maybe my message might spark a question from somebody that I can really talk to, that's got some heavy weight or whatever. But I'm going to speak my truth. And you can say, I don't know what I'm talking about, this, that, and the other. I don't care. This has nothing to do with angles, judgment, finger pointing, hating, shaming. This has to do with just the good old fact that we are losing our humanity, and if we don't catch it and snatch it back in, I have no idea where we might wind up. So listen, if you see me on the street, or you see me around or whatever, or you want to talk to me, you do it. I will never snub anyone. Everybody has their thing, their issue, their problem. They're not problem. Everybody has their plight, their story. And we as human beings are, I want to say, we need to be obligated to be able to hear those stories. We need to be obligated to be like, is that person okay? Even though we don't know them. Tragedy. I'm going to end up in this. So on the GoFundMe thing, I go and I look, and everybody who's getting money it's tragic. All the soldiers that just gave their lives for us in Afghanistan, young kids, all of them, because now they're gone and no one is there to pay their bills. And so the GoFundMe thing helps immensely with that for these people. This poor kid that comes down here to visit us and gets shot in Miami at a breakfast table in front of his child. I'd give him the world for his child. You see what I'm saying? So the GoFundMe thing, it has a spark of humanity in it. It's a place where people who have problems and issues and are having a hard time can ask for help. I need help. I don't know what to do here. This is my case for the most part. My prospects of work are zero now for months to come. Yada, yada, yada. I've already put that in the videos. These people have lost family members. And now they're wondering, how am I going to survive now? But the GoFundMe thing allows these people to tap into whatever people who do have that humanity left in them they can show some sort of spark of that. So this is why I like the GoFundMe issue, because those people that do give are still on the right track of being human and caring about other people. Even if you don't really know that person, you're relating, you're putting yourself in a shoe. You know, you're like, oh my God, that is tragic. What if the GoFundMe thing wasn't as tragic? What if you were able to help each other just to help each other, for whatever reason or another? You know, do you realize that if as a society we would give each other $1 every day or every other day or this, that, and the other through these things, the sheer amount of numbers of people that were trading money back and forth or donating money back and forth, you could probably live on it. I haven't done the math or this, that, and the other, but I keep thinking to myself, what if I gave, you know, because I go down the street and there's this poor old guy who wants money, and I give him $1, you know, a change, even if it's just wherever, you know, I give him $1. And sometimes I'll do it 2 or 3 times a week, because he's, you know, he's hunched over, he's not in good shape, he's old, and he's just out there. He's out there doing his thing, swallowing his pride, you know. Other people would look at it as a negative thing. Well, I look at it as like, this is an older man who has lost everything, who gets out on that street every day and asks for 50 cents or whatever. How can you not admire that? How can you not want to at least help it? And I know he's not out there drinking his money away, you know. But then again, I'm not going to judge whether I give somebody because they got a problem or not. I'm human. And I know if I needed that 50 cents, I would hope that someone would give it to me. So back to the GoFundMe thing. Imagine if we were capable of sending each other $1 or $2 or $5 a week or whatever regularly. I'm talking about, it could be worldwide, whatever. Imagine. You wouldn't have poor people. You wouldn't have middle class. It would be level. But we are a capitalist society. It's more for me, more for me. Me. I earned it, I got it, I did it. It's all me. Mine. And then you'll walk by 20 people in the street that can't even eat that day. How you look at it. You see what I mean? So, at some point you gotta stop me and safeguarding yourself. Take a risk on people. The only way you move forward is to actually start taking that risk. And it begins with one person at a time. You know what I mean? My life has changed immensely because of this. And you can call me crazy or whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. I know me. I know what I see. I've been around. I know a lot of things that other people don't know. And I know people. That is 100% fact. And what I see now is people better wake up. And I'll do all I can to try to help that wake up. Do whatever I can. Okay, guys. Just a little update. I'm gonna keep it coming. You know, haters can hate, lovers can love, but I'm gonna keep it coming. It's gonna be my truth. It's my truth. You know, it may not be everyone else's truth, but it's time we start trying to put things together and care about each other. Stop worrying about all the big powers. No, listen, you can't control that anyway. You can have an opinion, but at the end of the day, we are all we have. You know. Alright, guys. Peace, love, and happiness, man. You know, some good old 70s stuff, but peace, love, and happiness. Chat again. I'll keep the updates coming. Love y'all. Bye.